Yeah, this is my Valentine's Day dice. And this is my gay dice.
All right, welcome everyone to Avatar Legends: The Secrets of War, a tabletop role-playing game where we are set in the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe. This is episode 2, so if you didn't see the first one, that's okay. We can still get you caught up. But before we get into too much of this story, why don't we go and see who all we have with us today? And of course, you have me, your GM Rune. Let's go over to Pancake first. Pancake, who are you?
Hello, I'm Pancake. I'm going to be playing a wrestler named Kiun. Loud, arrogant, annoying. Yeah.
All of those things.
All of those things.
All right. And for anyone that doesn't know, Pancake also sometimes streams video games here and there. So have you been playing anything recently?
No, I've been really bad about streaming recently.
Oh no. We'll get you streaming here more soon.
It's on my list.
We'll get you back into some Power World here soon. All right, let's turn it over to Miss Hina. Hina, who are you?
I am playing Sakari. I am a foggy swamp waterbender. I'm very, very sweet, very motherly kinda. And yeah.
All right. Well, happy Valentine's Day, by the way. Did you get a chance to romance at all before the stream?
I'm doing all of my romancing on the weekends. Today
that's a
is
smart
weekday.
way to do it. Smart way to do it.
I am festive though. I do have my Valentine's Day dice though, so I'm celebrating with everybody in my own way.
There we go. All right. So Justice.
Hi. I'm playing Raina. Little rebellious firebender. Likes to get in trouble, but has a heart of gold. So
Nice. And so you're playing a firebender. Would that be any type of a hint to one of your favorite characters from the series?
yes, I am very partial to Zuko, so I love my Zuko boy.
I can definitely say he is easily one of my favorite characters from the series. So always love me some Zuko, and we have our second guest here today with Mr. Cory. Cory,
hey.
I've just met you today for the first time, so why don't you give us a little bit of an idea of who you're going to be playing today, and maybe anything you'd like to give a shout out to, or something you want people to know about yourself.
Sure. I'm Cory, and I'll be playing Garrick today. He is a kind of rugged on the outside inventor who has aspirations for peace in the world. And that's kind of his jam. He doesn't know how it's going to get there, but he has faith in humanity, and he wants to do everything he can to kind of bring all the benders and nations together.
A man is looking for peace. I dig that for sure, especially in this time of war that we're playing in.
That's right. He's been through some things. He's seen a lot, but he's trying to come out on the other side of it with good intentions.
Nice. And is there anything you'd like to give a shout out to, or something you'd like for people to know about you?
I teach high school. I coach soccer at Chucky Doke here in Greenville. Play video games, play D&D, Warhammer, do a lot of different things.
Nice. See, I'm trying to get more into that style of gaming. I know that we're going to be making a lot of content around some tabletop stuff, tabletop games like Warhammer and things like that very soon here on Artificer Alley. Before we get started any further, we're gonna have to give some shout outs to a few different people. Of course, already in the chat we have House of Games, one of the people that is sponsoring this. They're the ones that gave us a lot of the equipment that we're using, books and things like that. They work alongside us with a lot of things. They're gonna be working with us for the trading card games content that we're gonna be having coming out very soon as well. So awesome for them. When we get to our little 5-minute break in the middle, we will also be giving you guys a code for a discount from House of Games. So be sure that you stick around, at least to the middle point so you can get the code. Then, I get it. You're going to sneak away and pretend, I get it. But that's fine. That's fine. You've got Valentine's Day stuff to do. So we'll forgive you this time. But, so we've already have a shout out to House of Games in there. Luxon Music is who is doing all of our music. They have an amazing soundtrack that definitely give us those Asian inspired vibes that we are looking for this. And of course, Magpie Games, the creators of this system, who have been in contact with us and have been so awesome for sending us different assets, and we even have some of the starter sets that are going to be coming in soon that we're going to be able to do giveaways with. So if you are enjoying this game, which I know it's a little bit of a different system than you might be used to, well, you just might be able to get the starter set and find out if it's going to click with you as well, because there's other amazing games in this system. We're looking at the Powered by the Apocalypse system. You have like wrestling systems and other things like that that are also really cool. So why don't you go and learn this system now, and you can go and venture into different avenues from there. So, moving on from there. Oh, and also the art is from our buddy Eli, who is also awesome. If we've got a Sherry thing in the comments for him, yeah, go and put that in there, guys. But, so now that we've got all of that stuff out of the way, we can start rolling into the story, because that's what you're here for. And first off, I guess we should say what happened last week. We started out our first episode with our 3 adventurers going up to Taku to go and talk to a medicine woman to go and get some supplies. When they got there, they found that there was a note waiting for them from a fluffy, arrogant kitty cat. And they followed said kitty cat to a stronghold from the Fire Nation, where they met up with a man named Mao and another slightly more shady looking man named Poe, and went to go and get some secret plans from this Fire Nation base. But right when they thought that they were good to go, they got caught and were lucky enough to escape away, with Poe missing and seeing a Mao basically covering the hole. And that is where our last episode ended. We'll first go and say, how are you guys feeling? How are you guys feeling after that first session? Where are you at emotionally? Are we going to see Miyuki the cat again? That's the real questions that people want to know. We'll start with you, Pancake. How are you feeling right now going into this second episode?
Well, I have to admit, definitely a shocker to the end of the first episode, and I have been left with 2 burning questions.
Yes.
What happened to our dearest friend that is covering our escape?
Yeah.
And will we see the cat once more?
We might see the cat once more. I don't know. It's a possibility.
I'm very excited to see the cat once more, even though it quite does not like me. I am very excited to see the cat.
I mean, everyone wants to see a young Miyuki, but it won't be this episode, because we are starting out on the road to a port, a little port village, to where you guys are going to be delivering those medical supplies from the first episode, because you have already went and got them. As I know, as much as we would love to go and spend some more time with the medicine woman and Miyuki, we do need to move the story ahead. You guys are traveling with a cart that has the medical supplies. A young Kiun is actually pulling the cart, because you guys had tricked him into thinking that it was much more manly if he was the one that pulled it along. And you guys have been traveling, I would say, for about half a day at this point. How do you think that you guys would be handling this situation at this point? It is literally had Kiun pulling it the entire time to prove how manly he is.
Like, dusty. A little tired from all the walking.
Little tired? Yeah,
Says
definitely.
you.
My feet hurt.
Okay, well, you guys are definitely starting to feel a little bit tired, but as you're going along, you see that there is a small, kind of thrown together blockade. You're seeing that there's starting to be more of a forested area coming up here. Not too dense, but the road is being blocked by a few individuals, 3 individuals that look a little bit dirty, but they're not letting anybody get by currently. You guys would say that you've probably got about 3 more minutes of walking till you get over to them, so you're just now noticing it. How are you going to react to seeing this situation?
That's not good at all.
I don't know what they would want. We just got,
Horse.
medical stuff.
Yeah.
Wasn't the stolen medical stuff, though?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like-
I don't.
Well, you guys got it from the medicine woman, so none of this is stolen. She had procured this
Okay.
for you guys. Yeah, you're not going with contraband currently.
Okay, so it's not,
Okay.
it's ours. We have legal right to it. I would assume. So we have nothing to hide. Just walk on through.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I don't think there's. Oh, sorry.
so you guys are just gonna try and proceed forward to where the blockade is at.
I will
Is-
keep hugging and chugging along.
You're just pulling it along as you go.
I'm just struggling
there
to
anything-
pull.
All right, well, you do see you do see that there is one more cart that is ahead of you guys. It is pulling along to where the blockade is at, and you can slightly hear up ahead, and you hear one of the guys going, "Yeah, we'll let you through if you'll give us half of everything that you have." And this guy is just like, I can't do that. This is how I make a living. And then you see them pushing the cart over, saying, "I guess you're not gonna get any of it then." And then you just hear this guy going, "My cabbages!" and then running away into where the wooded area is at. So you guys see this happen, and you are next in line to go and see what these guys are wanting from you. How are you gonna proceed now that you have seen that play out in front of you?
Now, listen.
They seem as shady as a badger mole in a hole.
You can't really say that. I mean, we were just with the badger mole in a hole, weren't we?
In a hole. We
Which
were
is
just
shady.
in a hole. And that was very shady. Mhm.
It was very shady. I will give you that.
It was very shady.
Oh, I don't anticipate this going well for any of us.
Now, you do see one of the guys kind of motioning for you guys to come forward, seeming a little bit angry that you're not already pulling forward. Come on, hurry up!
Do they look like very like well-dressed soldiers, or are they kind of just like street?
No, they're very
like...
street urchin looking. Like they're not wearing anything even remotely official on them.
So I'm gonna kind of like in a low voice, like whisper to my companions and just be like, "Guys, like we could take them in a fight. Like if this turns out to be like just we could take them. We got this."
Okay. So that's what we're gonna go with. You guys are gonna try and fight these guys.
We're gonna try to go through first,
Okay.
and if they decide to have an issue with us taking our stuff,
Yep.
then we can take them on.
Okay. So do you guys stop as you're pulling forward, or do you literally just try and go past where they're at?
If they tell us to stop, we would stop. But
All right, so while you guys are pulling through with a young Kiun pulling the cart, you see the guy going, "All right, stop! What do you have here in your cart?"
medicine for
Anya.
our village.
Yeah,
Can't-
some medical supplies for where we're from.
Medical supplies. I see. You see what tax collectors. So if you don't mind, we would love to take a few of these bottles from you.
Which Fire Nation outpost are you from? And I like proceed to like dance some fire on my fingertips, so they know that I am a firebender.
Okay. So are you trying to like intimidate them, or
A little bit, yeah,
Okay,
like
okay,
a little
good.
bit more, just like be like, hey,
Okay.
what what
I believe that there's a role
status
for
do
that.
you have?
I do believe there's a role for that. And for anyone that doesn't know, the Powered by the Apocalypse system runs on 2d6. So she'll roll those, add any type of modifier she might have for this roll, and then if she gets anywhere between a 7 and... Oh, thank you very much, Ben, for finally going and sharing your own stream. But it's 2 dice. If you get anywhere between a 7 and a 9, it is a somewhat of a success with some type of a little thing to make it more complicated. 10 and up is an automatic success. So
Which it ended up being a 9.
it ended up being a 9. Okay, so all right, you're trying to intimidate them. They are a little bit intimidated by you, but you can see that it hasn't made them where they're necessarily like, whoa, go. You can see it's put them a little bit more on guard, where they're like, where the main guy that's been talking to you is like, all right, I get the point. We don't want any trouble. Just
You
move
seem
along.
like you do.
If
Okay.
you move along, then we don't have any more problem.
Thanks, sir.
Right?
Keep doing your job, I guess.
Y'all, the
Hi.
day that you deserve.
Kiun is like excitedly waves, and then he goes back to picking up the cart and hauling.
Okay. Well, so you guys proceed forward for a good while, going through this wooded area. Do we have anything for like let's see, assess the situation? I'd say this would be a Kiun thing, since you are the one pulling the cart. Well, no, you're pulling the cart. So how's everyone traveling along? He's pulling the cart with all the medical supplies. How are you guys walking alongside him? Or is somebody on the cart? That's also an option, but I feel like that's a little mean after you guys have been making him pull the whole time.
After our interaction with the people, I'll be walking in front, like in front of him.
I'll walk next to him so that he's not by himself, but so that somebody, like, at least there's two of us, like, side by side.
Okay, who is the closest to the rear then?
That would probably be me then, because
Okay.
I'm next to him.
Okay, so can you give me an assess a situation roll?
Yes. That is with creativity. Okay.
Thank you very much, Loki. We will try our best to have fun.
8.
I won't. I'll hate it.
An 8.
Eek. Yes.
Okay, so you don't see anything, but you do get a feeling that you might be followed currently. You're not seeing anything. You're just kind of, when you're looking back, you're feeling like there's more movement behind you than need be. But you're not 100% on that. So is there anything that you would convey to the rest of the party?
Y'all, I can't see nothing, but I got the prickliest something awful. I think somebody might be, we might be being followed, but I can't see anybody.
I'm gonna stop so quickly in front of Kiun.
I will proceed to run into you.
Breaks.
I will run into you.
Are we having like the Looney Tunes sound over there? Like car crash sound?
Yeah.
I stagger a bit.
Sorry, you appear to have stopped. Please keep moving.
Did you not hear what Sakari just said?
No, I very much did, and if we don't want them to catch up, we should keep moving.
Good point.
Everybody, pretend like I didn't say nothing, but keep your eyes on the prize.
Got
Looking
it.
around.
There's the prize.
Make sure that we're paying attention around us, but we don't want anybody who's following us to be tipped off that I've noticed anything. So we don't want to be too conspicuous.
So we
about
should
it.
stop talking about it.
So I will
Got
say that you guys do proceed along the rest of this path without anything currently trying to stop you again. You guys do make your way to this small little port village right there out on the water. You're able to see a nice view of the ocean from here. You see that it's actually pretty busy, more busy than you suspected it would be, because today is the day that other towns come around to try and buy some of the supplies that they have there. You're seeing, tables of things like mostly different strange fish and other aquatic life on tables, but you're also seeing some vegetables there. You can see that there is a table that is marked cabbages, but there's no cabbages at that table because something must have happened, and now we're not actually seeing that guy there this time. But so you're seeing just a bunch of little things, and you come across a table while you're walking through this humble little village of a strange, slightly gruff looking guy with goggles on his head that has a table of a bunch of strange little knickknacks and gadgets that he's trying to share that you've never seen anything like this before. Cory, is there any detail that you would like to give to Garrick and how he might be showing himself right now?
Yeah, Garrick has a little stall set up, and like Rune was saying, there's a bunch of different items and gadgets and things like that. He's got goggles on his head, and if you look at them, one of them, it seems like is way thicker than the other, maybe like a magnifying type situation. And on his right hand, he has like a makeshift gauntlet. There's like leather and wood and some metal and things like that on it. And his left hand, he has like a cut off leather glove that's very greasy and is fingernails are, covered in grime and things. He's been working with his hands a lot.
Okay, so how do you guys react to seeing this very gruff man that obviously works with his hands a lot and these strange gadgets there that you're probably at least getting some type of a curiosity towards?
I'm gonna do what I did on the road and stop again abruptly in front of you.
I will run into you again.
Same whole scenario happens again.
Okay.
But then I start walking over.
All right. So is there anything that you guys might say to this guy as you're seeing him there, or would Garrick say anything when he sees them at his table?
Garrick notices that you stopped and bumped into each other, and he says, "Bit of a road jam. What are we looking for today?"
What do you have? Because this looks...
Yeah.
I've not seen things like this before.
Well, what are you interested in? If we don't have something here, we might be able to create anything. I'm fairly inventive, but here we have, your basic things. We've got, and he pulls out a watch, and he hands it to you. He says, this'll tell the time. I don't know. I'm good with my hands. I like to create, but I don't have a lot of inspiration. That's what I need in my life, inspiration.
Do you have anything that if I was to light up and I can, that would go boom if I threw it?
Yes, of course. What are we looking for?
Something that might either be distracting or destructive.
Okay. He reaches in to a box that's behind him, a little chest, and he pulls out a bracelet that has 4 beads on it, and he takes one of them off, and he just kind of tosses it over his shoulder, and it hits the wall and just poof. There's a bright flash, and then smoke happens.
Okay, so whenever there's that bright smoke and that small explosion that happens, you see this elderly man that you can tell is ripened with age. He's a guy that still works very hard, more than likely a fisherman. And you see him, hey, Cory, I'm Garrick. My bad. All right, Garrick, what are you trying to sell them now? Why would anyone need explosives like this?
They're in a circus troupe. They ask for flashy explosions.
A circus troupe?
It's not dangerous.
Why would a circus troupe be coming? We sell food.
Ask them. I don't know.
Hey, what are you guys... Why are you guys here?
I'm hungry.
I see.
Just perusing, just looking.
I see. You've got a cart though. What's the cart? What's the cart for?
It's our grandmother's medicine. She's not doing very well. And we just need to make sure she's okay.
The medicine. Oh, we did have someone that was getting a shipment for medicine. I believe that 3 from the end there. There's someone that was supposed to get a shipment. That might be who you're looking for.
For Grandma?
I don't know if it's your grandma. All right, Garrett, quit trying to sell people stuff that goes boom. We're trying to have a good reputation.
I want the thing that goes boom.
People like things that make noise and flash and smoke. I don't fireworks are real. I don't know what to tell you.
Fireworks are real.
Fireworks are real. Fireworks are very real.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Where's the lie?
You just see him kind of get frustrated and just kind of wave you, wave aside and go walking off angry. You and this man usually don't get along very much because he feels like you're trying to bring stuff into this village when he just wants to have a peaceful little port village there. So you've definitely butt heads quite a few times, but you see him walking off, and you guys are free to proceed however you would like from what just happened.
I say, don't mind him. He gives people a hard time, but he's just looking out for the town.
Seems like a stand-up guy, all things considered.
So, would you like this bracelet?
Well, yeah, sure. Do you, I don't have much money on me, but...
Garrick asks, he says, you wouldn't happen to have any people with abilities in your midst, would you?
What
Abilities
kind
are
of
you looking for?
abilities?
Well,
I pull up a rock.
You just pick it up, or
No.
That's not really what
I'm
I'm talking
like flinging pebbles around my hand. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
check this out.
like no, like no holding
Garrick
back.
says, he pulls out 2 little like glass vials, and he says, well, sorry, 3, and he hands one to each of you. He says, hold on to these for a second. Concentrate really hard on your essence, and I'll trade you for it.
Okay, so
Okay.
you do. So each of you take one of those, and you do see a distinct change in the vial's like color before you hand it back to him.
Okay.
Thank you. He gives you the bracelet.
Thank you. And I put the bracelet on.
Okay, so
Did we get that extra bead back, or?
Yeah, can we put another beat on there?
He'll reach into his chest and grab an extra 2 beads and attach them.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay.
Sure. I'm glad I was able to stare into that bottle for you.
All right, so
funny.
are you guys going to from there proceed down to where your delivery was at?
Yep, I'm gonna tap Kiun on the shoulder and just be like, come on there, let's go.
Aw. He groans and he picks up the card. He starts hauling it again.
All right, so you guys proceed forward, and you end up, a few from the end. You're seeing another elderly woman that has a bunch of like herbs and different things there. You can see some like tinctures and potions and things of that assortment, and it's pretty safe bet that this is probably where your drop off is going to be.
Ma'am?
Oh, you were breaking up a little bit there, Hina.
Oh. There we go. All right. Well, hi there, ma'am. How are you doing today?
You can't complain. Oh, do you have my shipment?
Can I put it down now?
We've definitely got your stuff.
Most people would have traveled with some type of an animal to pull that. That's quite a choice that you took there, young man.
I was more manly by doing it, and I flex my muscles.
Who told you that?
They did. I point to the group.
So let's see. Do we have? I'm trying to see what would be the best to roll for that. Okay, so which one of you wants to try and convince him right now? Because I would let you guys try and trick him into still believing it.
Oh, let's see. Do you say trick?
I would say probably trying to trick him and the elderly woman to go along with you right now.
Okay, I've got a that would be creativity for me, and I have a +1. So what do you got, Sakari?
+1. We're
Okay.
We're even on that one.
Okay. So you
We're
go
all
for
even.
it.
All right. And I'll give that a shot.
Okay.
Ooh. That'd be a 9.
Okay, so I won't say that the old woman is actually tricked into thinking that he was manly, but she catches on that you guys basically manipulated him, and she's kind of tickled a little bit by it. She's like,
Oh yes, so very manly, young man. Thank you so much.
Yay!
He's going to get a nice supper later.
Oh
And
well.
maybe a little.
Will it be in a bag strapped to his head?
That's how he wants it.
So while you guys are over here having this little bit of a little back and forth with this old woman, you hear a bit of a disturbance back down at that table that you guys were at earlier, that you had gotten that bracelet, and you see the one of the men that was at that blockade earlier, like kind of pushing some of the stuff off of the table and yelling, demanding to know if you guys had been seen. It seems like Garrick isn't giving them any form of information right now, though. So how are you going to react to seeing this play out?
Sakari, I think we should just bounce like it's not a problem.
He was so nice to us earlier. We can't just leave him there, but we do have a job to do.
We've got bigger problems.
You know what? I think that this is a job for our cart. I think this is a job for our cart, our big strong man. Somebody who can very discreetly kind of just pow into the ground and send them off back where they came from for being awful.
So you do
I
see
would
that
like
it
to
is
try out the new beads.
you do see that it is only one of the guys from earlier. You assume the other two probably stayed back to continue their little scam out on the road, while the others this guy tried to pursue you. So yeah, you guys could go and try and use that new little gadget that you got if you would like.
Yeah, let's go try out the new beads, I guess, then. I'll sneak around if you guys want to be a little more forceful about it.
Okay.
Or from the front so
If-
that
if-
he's
if-
looking at me.
If Mule would like to do that.
Oh, that's true. Say we got a big strong man in our midst.
I am a big strong man, and I start waving my hand.
All right, sweetheart,
Right.
why don't you come with me real quick? Oh, we shouldn't leave this by itself, though.
Okay, so I will say that if you are going to go and throw them in some form of way, we need to find a move that correlates well with that. So the way that you're going to use it, if you're going to try and use it as a distraction, or if you're going to actually try and hurt them with it, how are you going to try and use the beads?
I would let Sakari and Kiun do their thing.
Okay.
I would hang back and sneak around so they don't see me. And then if need be, I would use the beads as a distraction to either hop in the fight or get everyone out.
Okay.
Either way.
Okay, so I will say, before I let Kiun and Sakari do anything, I'm going to let Garrick have a chance to respond. How would you respond to this happening?
Garrick, you can overhear him just talking to the guard. Garrick says, "Listen, man, we've been down this road before. You don't like me. I don't like you. I don't know what you want. You pester me a lot. I don't want any trouble. I'm just trying to make a living."
So I will say, these aren't guards, these are just some ruffians, but you would have been familiar with them. Yeah.
Like we're outside the town.
Yes. So, but you would be familiar with this scam. You've been around long enough that you've heard and probably seen it at least once, because these guys are pretty well known in the area for it. And you can see this guy. He doesn't even really look that tough. You can tell these guys usually are only pulling off what they are because they're in numbers. And you can just see him being like,
Look, we had some people earlier try and start some stuff with us. We're just trying to find them. It was a young guy pulling a cart, two girls. One of them was being all fiery and stuff. Look, did they come this way or not?
Fiery girl, young man, there's a lot of people here. I don't know what to tell you.
The young man was pulling a cart. It's kind of hard to miss. Why didn't
Look
they just go and get an animal?
I just point around and there's like stalls that are just carts that have been stopped everywhere. I said, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you want trouble, I don't want any, but I'm not afraid of you.
Can you roll for intimidate?
Sure. Passion, right?
Yes.
Okay. I got a 8 total.
Okay, so you're having a situation where he's not like runaway scared, but he is he's backing off a little bit. He's at least keeping a little bit more tense and taking you as more of a threat than before, whereas before he thought that he was intimidating you. He can see that you're trying to at least turn the tables on him a bit, and this is an opportunity, while he is very much distracted by the moment, for you guys to respond however you would like. So Kiun, Sakari, you guys get to choose what order you would like to do whatever you're going to do in, and let's roll with however we're going to go about that then.
All right.
Oh,
I could just punch him.
Punch him.
hold up. We don't want to do nothing violent just yet. We want to see, we can solve it with our words first, and then afterwards, if he decides not to listen to our diplomacy, we can convince him stealthily.
With a rock?
Yes, sweetheart, with a rock.
Yay!
But we're gonna wait. We're gonna see if he starts to get rowdy with us. And if he gets rowdy with us, then you can use the rock. Alrighty?
You got it.
Okay, so on your basic, basic move set, how are you going to proceed with this? Give me a little bit of a layout of how you want to do this.
Okay.
You maybe plead would work well for you.
Please?
Maybe then who cares what you think? I don't think they care very much.
They do not.
Yeah, I don't think they care either.
Or
I think
trick.
it's either
Trick.
gonna be trick or maybe push your luck, because I'm about to try to actively dissuade him from. No,
I would say you're not trying to trick him, you're trying to dissuade him. So I would say that is more push your luck.
Okay. I think I'd like to say, excuse me, sir, and I'm going to be talking to Garrick. I'm going to say, excuse me, sir, is he giving you a hard time? Is he being rude to you?
I say, no, ma'am. He was just leaving, and I look at him. I say, be on your way.
So there you guys are. You thought that you could just get away from me because you have someone that can do a little bit of fire?
I don't think your observation skills are working very well if you think that she's the only one out of the three of us that can do nothing.
Okay, so if you're gonna go that route, why don't you give me an intimidation roll? Sakari.
That's going to be passion. Even Steven on that one, so. Ooh! A 9!
A 9? Okay. So
Lines.
I will say with this, he's seeing that he is very much outnumbered right now, and he's gonna walk away. But as he's walking away, you just hear him like kind of under his breath.
This isn't the end of this, I hope you know.
And he just walks away.
As he's walking away, can I throw one of the beads to hit his hit his back of his head?
Yeah, totally. If you would like to do that, do you have any type of a roll you want to do with it, or?
Can
I
I help?
literally just as he's walking away, just as a kind of like a just like throw a bead at him because
Okay.
like I'm hidden, and he didn't even know I was with them. So
Okay, let's just do a basic roll of your 2 to see
Okay.
how well it does.
Can I
Okay.
help her
It's a
with that?
7.
It's a 7, so it doesn't hit him in the back of the head, but it does like nail him in the back.
Okay.
Yeah, I figure that's the easiest way for us to do that. So yeah, it does pop and have a little explosion. You see him kind of stumble forward a little bit and then like speed off a little bit quicker.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so after you see that little incident happen there and that little commotion, the old man comes back over to the table, and you just see him looking at Garrick.
Garrick, every time something stupid has to be happening at your table. We're just
Sir,
trying to
don't you
have
yell at
a
him.
simple village.
Sir, don't you yell at him. That was not his fault. They've been harassing people for hours now. We walked by them earlier. That was not Garrick's fault.
Why is it also you guys, whenever I'm having a little bit of a problem here, I see you guys as well today.
This is the second time you've clapped eyes on us. It's not like we make a habit of this kind of stuff.
Garrick steps in. He says, "Listen. I'll pack up shop for the day. No problems. Just, we'll be on our way."
Yeah, see that you do. See that you do.
And you just see him
You shouldn't have to do
start
that.
to walk away.
It's really
Side
no
eye
problem.
him.
I walk over to the chest, like grab a few trinkets, put them in my pockets, and then like put my like gloved hand down on the chest and look around, like make sure nobody's watching, other than these guys, I guess, because they're probably staring at me.
Yeah.
And the chest just kind of like a trap door opens up and the chest sinks into the ground and then it shuts and it just looks like it's dirt.
Nice.
Ooh. Looks like you've got some talents of your own.
My brain, I don't know. It works differently. My parents were into creating things and they passed it along.
I will
Useful.
say that you guys have never seen anything like this before, and even though you guys are from different regions, even, this is all very peculiar to you, these items.
I like the beats.
The beats were pretty funny.
Useful.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we've got stuff to do. So
Sorry that you got tangled up in that, sweetheart. That was... I don't even want to talk about it. I'm just so sorry.
Well, can I ask what are you doing in the town?
classified.
We told you earlier. It's just medicine.
I say under my breath, I see we have a waterbender and a firebender here. That's an uncommon alliance.
Who's
And
a firebender here?
I pull out the vials that have different colors, and one of them's like a bright blue, one of them's a red, and one of them's like a almost black.
Guilty as charged, I guess. And I'll pull up. I'll just do two tiny little like marble-sized beads of water from my pack, and I'll like.
Say so what's the real story?
We didn't actually lie to you. It really is the medicine.
Grandma needs her meds.
Oh, Grandma.
As it might not be, is definitely Mima's medicine. Maybe not my Mima, but
Fair.
She was a nice woman. I want to go say hi to her again.
we'll go back over to her in just a second. We just wanted to make sure that our new friend was okay.
Thank you for the follow, Mookster. So I will say, you guys are out on the water. Well, you guys are like on the water area because this is a port village, right? You do see from the direction that you guys were traveling from what would normally be known as a Fire Nation like ship that is normally used for transporting either goods or people or things of that assortment, slowly making its way out to the ocean.
What's that about?
Oh,
Garrick, do you guys ask any questions or mention it?
I pointed out, and I'm like, what's that about?
I would say Raina would probably be a little bit more familiar with these ships, and you would know that this is used a lot of the time to transport prisoners.
I would explain that to them. Like that's a prisoner transport ship.
I say,
all the nasty God.
yeah. A small detachment of Fire Nation troops came through with some prisoners earlier. That's probably where they went.
What kind of prisoners?
You'd say that you'd say you've seen a few that you can remember that were just your very basic looking people, but you did notice that it was very odd that one of the people's in shackles had a peg leg, and they were transporting a badger mole with them for some reason.
Very
Oh.
peculiar.
Oh,
Son of a biscuit.
so this is now our problem. Got it.
Shit.
You-
Yeah.
Well,
Do you
we gotta
know
board
this
that
person?
ship.
Yep. We gotta get to the
Unfortunately,
ship.
Got bad news. If you want to board the ship, it's leaving.
I
So,
don't think we're gonna have a problem catching up with them.
so, odd question for you, Mr. Gadget.
Garrick.
Mr. Gadget, got it.
So charming.
You would have happened to have like anything that could say distract, cause a ruckus on the ship, perhaps cause some damage to the ship.
Big
Well,
boom, not little boom.
Big boom.
Things like that are typically prohibited in these small towns.
But you look like the type of person that, and I mean no offense by this, but you look like the type of person that doesn't mind breaking a few rules.
Well, that's where my boat comes in.
Useful.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
uh,
a little
So
boat.
So we're gonna actually take this time right here to take a short little 5-minute intermission break, and when we come back, we're gonna go to a scene to where basically he is taking you to where said boat is, and we can pick up from there. So we will be right back in like 5 minutes, everyone. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching those view counts, so I know if you leave, and I'm gonna shame you for it. But we'll be right back.
Shame on you.
shame.
Shame.
And welcome back, everyone. Only 2 of you left, and I know exactly who you are, and I'll talk to you about that later. All right, well, let's get our music back on playing. Ooh, fancy. All right, so we are back over by Garrick's little house that he has. Probably, you know, more things lying around gadget-wise than actually, you know, what you would see in around a normal house. It's very much he's using up almost every amount of space that he can for some form of invention that he is working on. And you do see that he has this like large machine of some sort covered by like a tarp. And you guys, you can proceed from there if you would like, Garrick.
Sure. It's very cluttered. There's a lot of things that, like, if you bump into them, kind of like the little wind-up teeth thing, you know? Like, you bump into them, they start moving and doing crazy stuff, but none of it actually is productive. It's all just kind of like junk that's worthless.
Does any of them have buttons on them?
They all have buttons on them.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Look at one that looks like the least combat-y, like the little knickknacks. I'm just gonna boop the button on one of them.
You push the button, and whatever it is just kind of like jumps into the air and hits the ceiling and like breaks into a bunch of pieces. And Garrick just turns and says, yeah, a lot of stuff will do that.
I'm gonna start
Just be
lifting
careful.
the tarp off the thing that's covered.
Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, right? Take me out to dinner first.
My apologies.
Tell me a little bit about yourselves before, so I can know what I'm getting into.
I'm
You
Kiun.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, you guys are trying to earn this guy's trust a little bit, because he is
Alright.
something that could be very beneficial to you. So you're at least going to probably want to give in a little bit to him to earn some trust from him.
Alright.
Like, why do you need to go and get this person? Who even is this person, for example?
Well, he's a colleague of ours. He got mixed up in a little bit of a situation the last time we saw him, and we were not able to see how he had fared afterwards. And this is most upsetting news that we're hearing, that he was in fact not able to get away.
Have you had run-ins with the Fire Nation, like the army?
So how
Please
far
say
back
that.
do you? I mean, yes, because but how far back, like, you know?
Whatever you want to share.
So
Well-
the answer would be yes. Since birth.
Same, me
Ah.
too. I feel like a lot of people are in that boat.
Exactly. Right.
Only a little bit more sheltered than everybody else, but not by a whole lot.
Okay.
I was sheltered.
Yes, you
He had a
were,
roof over his
sweetheart.
head. Mhm. Roof over his head. Yeah, he was very sheltered.
So, I am gonna assume that, since your friend was being imprisoned on the boat, you are not friendly with the Fire Nation.
Well, I would say that we are not the best of friends, no.
I would say we're probably on the same level as you and that man that you just spoke to.
Wait, which one?
The guy that I threw the thing at.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That guy.
That makes sense.
Probably the same level there.
Yeah.
So what were you doing to get your friend in such dire straits?
So here's the thing.
Well,
He's not quite all there, and he got himself in that situation. We just want to
Okay.
get him out of that situation.
So just
And
a
maybe
helping
put him in a
hand.
padded room.
I would say,
I quite like that, man.
could you roll trick?
Me?
Yeah, And
Okay.
and Garrick, can you roll assess a situation?
Yes.
It just seems fair to kind of play it out this way to see if you're really coming off right or not.
Well, I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 6.
Okay, so you are 1000% believing what she is putting out.
Perfect.
Very tricky, in fact.
Well,
You are very convincing.
exactly. What about you, young
I
man?
convinced you to pull that cart, didn't I?
He wasn't supposed to know about that.
It's
I was very manly, I'll have you know.
Yes,
how'd you
it
get
was,
mixed up?
sweetheart.
How'd you get mixed up with these bender types?
me.
I'm a bender.
Oh,
Oh, are you? I thought you were.
He is a bender, yes.
I'm a bender. I'm an earthbender. I was messing with I had the floating pebbles. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Your vial was then like brownish, not black. Sorry.
Yep.
Perfect.
No, you're fine. I didn't like describe things very well. Let's see. Where to start in my great career?
Oh no.
we'll be here all day.
Have I
Here we
missed
go. Yes.
Oh,
Huge.
oh, bless your heart, sweetie pie. Let's sit down, or this gonna
Oh
take a
gosh.
while.
Yeah, we'll be here. Can you have something to eat? Because at this point,
I'm so sorry. Now I can tell my companions have heard my great tales plenty of times, so I guess I'll keep this short for them.
more than plenty.
And we
plenty.
do have a friend in trouble.
We also do have a friend in trouble. I wonder how he's doing. Not the time.
The
Now,
perfect time for that question.
essentially, I hail from the great city. Ever heard of Amashu?
Yes, of course.
Now, I
Get
I
ready
did some
for it.
wrestling there. I did some wrestling there. I was just pro wrestler. The wings of Amashu, they called me.
How much money have you made?
I don't even do it for money. I just want to beat people up. That's all. I just like the adrenaline.
Okay.
Most of my money just went. I got paid like. I don't even remember. It's been a long time. I've been traveling with my dearest friends here for about. How long has it been? 2 months? 3 months, maybe? I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun.
Sure does, sweetheart.
All right, so before we
flying right now.
proceed forward, I do want to say we are at the top of the hour that we were supposed to be, and I wanted to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors before we continue forward. We have House of Games. It is our main sponsor for most of what we've been doing, and they have a little bit of a discount code for you guys for 15% off online or in store if you go to houseofgames.store and use the code MAO15. That's MAO 15. So we also have, of course, Magpie Games that is helping us out with a lot of our assets. So make sure that you're checking out them and all of their awesome games. Lexus Music is who we get our music from. And, of course, amazing people like Eli that is doing our art for us. So just make sure that you're going and checking all those out. I wanted to make sure that we waited until we were on the hour so that way people had to watch for an hour before they could get the code, and now they're going to run away. You see how it is. We're actually back up to 13 people again. So those 3 people came back just in time to come and get that code, and now they're going to probably leave again. I know how it is. Let's get back to the story, guys.
Hooray!
All right, so you guys are having a little bit of your conversation, but you do hear some rumbling and like something crashing out in the front of the house.
Kiun with
Yes?
out any. Oh,
Garrick just starts like throwing off the tarp of the boat. It looks very similar to the like shack / house we're in. Lots of buttons, lots of like levers and things like that. It doesn't look like it's built for comfort, but maybe function. And he says, if one of you will step outside and just check real quick, I'm gonna get this thing up and running. So if we need to, we can make a quick escape.
Is there a window in the shack?
Yes. There's several. One on each side of the building.
And is it like I stand up and I can look out of it, kind of
Yeah.
like how?
But
Well,
it's like a workshop, so it's got like soot and stuff kind of on it. It's
Yeah,
hard to
and
see
now
through.
the shack is on the water, just so you know. Like all of the houses are connected to the water. It's just not in the area that they're selling things. It's just a little side area. So a lot of these little shacks you see have different varieties of like basic boats attached to them that you would assume most of them go out and use for fishing more than anything. So you guys hear that out front. How do you want to proceed with that while he is trying to get this boat ready?
I'm gonna go up to the window and I'm gonna take one of my vines and I'm gonna have it do that kind of like tiny little circle at the bottom of the window.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna take like a little peep outside, like from like I'm kind of like near the floor and I'm like looking out the window.
Okay, so you see not only the 3 men from the highwaymen from earlier, the bandits, but there's 2 more with them. So in a total of 5 of those bandits out there, kind of pushing stuff over, and they know that they're being loud because you see the one that was like the leader of them before being like,
I know you're in there. Show yourselves and come out, or we'll just have to burn the place down.
Your shack down.
Garrick flips some switches. He grabs actually the blue vial out of his pocket and slides it into like a little receptacle type thing on the boat, and the water around the boat starts like not bubbling but kind of like vibrating.
right.
And then he says, all right. And he takes the other 2 vials and like slips them into his glove in a same sort of thing.
Okay.
And he says, I think it's time these people need to be dealt with. And he starts walking towards the door.
Okay. So
You got
so
with
did you any of you go out front before he gets there? You all are seeing what's happening, and you see that his place is being like things are being thrown apart. He is behind you guys because you were proceeding forward to assess the situation first. How are you guys reacting before he goes and does what he is going to be doing?
Kiun's probably just ready at the door. Like he's ready to just go out there and just start.
So, but you haven't proceeded yet when you see this happening.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
All right, sweetheart, are you gonna need backup? Well, yeah, you're definitely gonna need some help for
Well,
this.
so
'cause
Garrick
there's-
hasn't went in front of you guys. You guys see it. He's reacting from like a ways back from where you're at. You guys are seeing this first, and how would you react to that situation before he proceeds before you guys?
I'll let them do this.
So are you going to step outside and confront the men?
Not.
I am ready. I
Yes.
crack my knuckles.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Kiun, give us what are you gonna do? How are you gonna go and proceed forward to where these men are being total wieners out front?
I'm gonna like get ready to like kick down the door, and then I put my foot down and say, I should not kick this random man's door. And I would gently open the door.
So you go to proceed with so much gusto, but then you're like, wait, and then you open it normal and step outside. What do you do when you
wait.
What do you do when you step
open the door.
outside?
You know like the Wild West movies where like they walk up and then they like turn dramatically.
Yeah, yep.
Kiun's gonna basically essentially do that, and he's gonna point to the leader and say, you have something. Well, actually, we have something you want, but you have something I want.
Which one did you say
And
you were
that's
pointing at?
Like which one? Like the leader one.
The leader one? Okay. And he's looking at you very confused.
We don't have anything you want. Just, we're here to get... what are you talking about?
You have something I want. And
What
that's
do you want?
Your face. I'm gonna punch your face.
That's a very odd statement. A very interesting sentence structure that you have there, kid.
I am ready.
Okay. So, are you
I
going to
look-
proceed
I
to
look
do
to,
any?
like, the door, and I like wave people out.
Well, I'll give you a chance if you want to use any basic moves or a form of combat if you would like, before anything goes down. So you can use, like I said, you can use a basic move, or you can use some form of a basic technique, if you would like, to alter how the scene will move forward.
Now, I think it's with general consensus, fellas, that we are about to whoop some people's bums.
Mhm.
Correct.
Ooh, all
Yeah,
the
of
bum
course.
whooping.
I'll say somebody doesn't know the rules of hospitality.
I could just I'm really, this is like a big character moment. How honorable am I? I would imagine I'm pretty honorable. So I will wait. Essentially, I will wait because I want my companions to also trickle out of the building because I'm assuming it's just me currently.
Yeah, currently, yes.
Actually, screw it.
Mhm.
You said I could use a fighting technique, right?
Yes, you can.
I am going to use. I'm going to use our brand new technique, or at least a technique that I have.
Okay.
I'm gonna kick things off, and I'm going to use rock column.
Okay. And what does rock column do, and how does that function?
Essentially, from what it has, this is pin a foe with a column of earth. Inflict impaired on a single combatant. If they're already impaired, inflict trapped if they.
Okay, so if he's not currently impaired, but you're aiming for the leader of that group.
I'm aiming for the leader. I am attempting to do big mean stuff.
Okay. And then what type of a roll would that be?
This is a attack and advance roll.
Okay. Awesome. So roll with
Rolling
passion.
Passion. All right, rock column. Don't fail me now.
Don't fail.
As I really quickly double check something. Google Drive, and I will roll this now. 7. What's my passion? Guys, you're never gonna believe what the general roll we have is tonight.
Good
I rolled us a 9.
9 is the
lordy.
number.
9 is the
Lots
number.
of 9s tonight.
So you definitely have this column that crushes down. Like, so what does it do? Is it come up from the ground and like kind of almost coffin him down, like to pin him?
Essentially, how Kiun will do it is he will take his fist.
Mm-hmm.
He will slam it into the ground, causing these jagged like I guess like it almost looks as if like a tunnel's being dug under the ground. So like you see like little pebbles
Yeah.
kind of like spiking up, and a bunch of like stalagmites will shoot forward, essentially attempting to pin him.
So are you pinning him like on the ground, or are you pinning him at a standing position?
Pinning him at a standing position with the stalagmites.
Okay, so whenever you go and you punch the ground and you see the earth starting to like corrupt forward towards the leader of this group, and you actually see them start to run on rhythm of going like 1, 2, and then on 3 it comes up and like encapsulates the guy, and he's stuck there. But now you've infuriated the other bandits that are traveling with him, and they are proceeding forward to where you are currently at to try and stop you from doing anything else. And with that, I will say that they are going to get they are going to strike at you. So the rest of them go and try and strike at you. And that is a marking 2 fatigue when it comes to that group. So basically, it's a retaliation. Actually, we'll say it's 1. It's 1 fatigue because they retaliate against you for what you did.
Okay.
So take 1 fatigue for it. We'll go a little bit easy on you. They're definitely all others, like the other 4 of them, while that guy is trapped in the back right now, trying to. I'll say 3 of them actually went towards you. 1 of them is back there trying to break their buddy out of the rock right now. So you guys see Kiun currently being a little bit of a ganged up on. Raina, Sakari, how do you react to this? Well, Garrick, you'll go after they each get a chance to do a move. And thank you, Arden Stardust, for following us. Follow us everywhere else. We have other things. Facebook, YouTube's. I don't know. Kick, maybe? We might be on X. Is that what we're calling it now?
Still call it Twitter.
Oh, yes, the Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, so how do you guys go forward?
Raina, do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
Well, there's advancing. So I'm gonna let you go first and see what you do, and then I will decide how to proceed from there.
All right. How many people are around Kiun at this point?
Trace.
3? Okay. I am going to take the vines which were wrapped around my arms.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna snake down my arms, and I'm gonna do like a whoosh, and I'm going to try to hold in place 2 of them.
Okay, you're gonna try and
Basically, like wrap around their ankles and yank so that it like maybe hopefully gets them off balance.
I feel like you have a role for such a thing.
I do. I was thinking that would be a hindrance.
Okay, that does sound like a
Which-
hindrance.
Which I get to roll with harmony.
And you're trying to get 2 of them.
Yes.
Okay. Easy enough way to play this up.
Do you want me to do 2 rolls or just 1?
No, you just do the one. Just the one.
Okay.
Yeah, this game actually has a mechanic where you can group people up like mini mobs and use them as one move and like one thing that you're combating, instead of having to have them all as individual things. So basically, you would have 4 people. The 4 people are in a group where the one leader was separate from the others. So what did you end up rolling?
You'll never guess what I ended up rolling.
Was it a 9?
Hooray!
Okay, so you definitely go and get one of them wrapped up, no problem at all. But the other one, although you do make contact with them, they're able to shake it up because you were spending more time trying to make sure you got that first one, and you didn't have it enough being able to multitask to be able to quite get that other guy. So he is currently still trying to beat up Kiun, but you do have the other one wrapped up right now. And Raina, this is a chance for you to come in as you see this guy kind of shaking off the vine that was almost wrapped around his right foot while he is over there and still punching Kiun in his forehead.
I am going to run up to that other guy, and I am going to do my attack, which is I'm gonna do flame knives.
Okay.
And kind of like his daggers, and I'm gonna run up and try to like swing at the one guy.
Okay, sounds great.
Take a little swing, so you just want me to roll for that.
Mm-hmm.
You're never gonna get me. I need to take a picture of this.
Is it a 9?
It's a 9. We cannot make this up. Oh my god.
Okay, so what is it that you what is the effect of what you did do exactly?
Okay, so mark up to 3 fatigue, hold an equal number of flames, lose 1 flame at the end of each exchange after this one. When they inflict fatigue or condition on a foe, inflict an additional 1 fatigue for each remaining flame.
Okay, so
it's an advance and attack. It's a strike.
All right. Okay, so I will say that you definitely not only are able to take down the one that was currently punching Kiun in the head, but you're also able to go and if you would like to do an attack on the one that is currently being wrapped up on by Sakari. Why don't you give us a description of how that would look in the way that your character would perform such a feat?
I would like strategically kind of duck and weave in between Kiun's and Sakari's attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of looks like a little bit of a dance, and run up to just like straight up like almost like punch the guy, but like strike him with my fire.
Okay.
So
awesome.
It gets it catches his clothes on fire.
Oh, so you lay that guy out, no problem, and you hit him so hard, you actually start to see the vine that is wrapped around the other one catch a little bit of a flame and start to work its way up closer and closer towards the other guy. And right at this time, Garrick, you come bursting out of the door, and what are you gonna do? Because you see this all unfolding in front of you. You're definitely angry with what you're seeing. There's only one of them left that is even currently standing, and he's over there trying to break their leader out of this rock imprisonment that he is currently wrapped up in. How do you come out of the door seeing this?
Okay, I'm gonna walk out of the door and just start running at the guy and pull my fist with my like gauntlet thing back. And as that's happening, you guys notice that like stone starts to form over it, and the vial that had the brown like essence like depletes a little bit, and I'm just gonna try to punch him with like a stone fist.
Okay, awesome. All right, do you have a particular role that you're gonna go for, like a strike or?
Yeah, just a normal strike.
Okay, awesome.
I got a 7.
Got a 7. Okay, so with a 7, yeah, I would say that you were definitely able to you punch the guy so hard that it knocks him down, but in the process you accidentally knocked over the leader and broke him out of the imprisonment that he currently had. But I'm going to let you roll an intimidate roll on top of what you just did to see how his reaction is going to be to this.
Okay. That is a 9.
A 9. Oh yeah. So you're definitely to the point where they're all just kind of trying to scramble themselves together and try and like get away to the best of their ability. If you guys let them, that's up to you. I'm not one of those people that's like, and they got away for free. So if you guys would like to retaliate more, you're free. But they're scrambling and trying to get away at this point. All of them are. So how do you guys react to what's going on here? You guys are allowed to be mean if you want, you know.
Nah, this is
I
the
didn't hear
third
no
interaction that we've had with them today where they have been completely inhospitable.
I didn't hear no bell.
All right, so are you gonna continue to try and do something else, Kiun? So you guys hear Kiun say that. Do you react to it seems like he's not done with them yet. Do any of you guys react to Kiun apparently wanting to go another round with these guys as while they're already on the defense? we have in the chat we hear finish them.
Finish them.
Finish them.
As I'm walking back, I just tell Kiun, I just tell him, I was like, if you do this, you're doing this on your own. I just walk back to the porch.
Kiun, I will say, what is your balance, by the way? What are your 2 balance markers?
My 2 balance markers are force and care.
Okay. So, if you choose to do this, this is going to put you a mark more towards your force. Not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just giving you a fair warning. How would you like to proceed with this? Do you want to play a little bit more of your forcefulness?
Here's the thing.
So there I was.
Listen. So there I was. I'm standing here. There are about 4 or 5 guys that really want to punch me in the face. The problem is, I don't think we scared them hard enough, gang. They might be scrambling and trying to get away, but I think we should maybe teach a little bit of a lesson.
I say roll plead.
Roll plead?
Yeah. And it's not to say that you guys will have to listen to him, but at least to how convincing he is feeling. Your character's obviously allowed to say, I still wouldn't do that. But if there's a little bit of you're on the fence, he might be able to pull you into the right right realm. So what do we?
I'm pleading with them. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're pleading with them to follow your lead.
Harmony. Okay, I got a flat roll here.
Yeah. It's a 9.
No. We have our first low roll of the campaign. That is a 5.
Okay, so you guys none of you are convinced Obviously,
No,
by what he just
arms
said.
crossed, like sitting, like no, arms crossed, leaning.
You've got all eyes of judgment on you right now, Pancake.
Oh, Kiun will just like kick the dirt and be like, but I really want to punch the leader at least once.
Oh, sweetheart, don't you worry. You're going to get plenty of that when we go onto that ship, which is where our friend is right now. We got to conserve some of our strength to get over there.
You bring up a very fair point. I will like do like the eye thing where like I put watching at the leader.
Water tribe.
And then I will walk. Water tribe.
Oh god. Okay, so you guys are obviously they're terrified still. They see Kiun is ready to fight more, but they think they have a moment to scramble away, and they're trying their best to, you know, they're not talking a whole lot more because they're trying to end this. Because although before they were going to try and get revenge on you, this beating has definitely put a little bit of perspective of the situation that they're currently in. So they scatter off.
Their retreating backs.
Oh yes, yeah.
Can we see from our vantage point, like Grandma? Does Grandma look okay? Like they didn't bother Grandma?
Oh no. So Grandma was down at the more of the, like, almost like a farmer's market like they have out there on the water. You guys are more in the housing part of this little village right now. Yeah. All right. So yeah.
I want to say, as they retreat, I want to say, this is the third time y'all have tried to bother us, and this is the third time that we've told y'all to cut it out. Y'all mamas should be ashamed of themselves. Go on and do not come back.
So you see them scurry off and everything, and so you guys are left still knowing that your friend is sailing away slowly, but still further away than where you're currently at. So proceed forward.
Bump my elbow into Garrick and just be like, "You can handle yourself in a fight."
Well, thanks. I've had a lot of experience dealing with thugs, people that take advantage of the weak. I'm about over it. Ready to do
bless your
about it.
heart.
Say, I was thinking about letting you take my boat, but it'd probably be easier if I just go with you. I'll tell you a little bit about myself while we get ready. So come on. And Garrick goes into like his trials and tribulations. I was born in a town called Stone Shield, Earth Kingdom town. When the Fire Nation eventually came and took over, most of the people in the village were either displaced or killed. My parents being two of them that were killed, and I've been kind of trying to avoid confrontation with them since then. I learned a lot after moving to Ba Sing Se, but nobody there seems to want to do anything. So I came back out to the outskirts, trying to make some money, get some ideas for something, how I can even the playing field. I came up with this, and I hold up the gauntlet. I say, when the Fire Nation came, us regular people couldn't do anything about it. The Benders were just too powerful, so I've kind of dedicated my life to not bringing Benders down, but raising everybody else up. And if I can find something that makes us all equals again, I'll be happy.
Okay, so you guys, I'll tell you about this time. You do see that Garrick has his boat pretty well ready. He has the ropes tied off, the anchor is pulled up, and he's there waiting for you guys to shuffle aboard, as you will, if you would like to. And this is all happening while he's telling you guys the story, so feel free to take the moment to kind of relate your own experiences with him if you would like. If you guys would like.
I don't have much of a story to me. I'm actually from the foggy swamp down yonder, so not much to know about me.
I've heard great things though.
Say we are known for our hospitality and our cooking.
Okay.
I don't think anyone wants to hear my stories.
I
I know when to speak and know when I shouldn't speak, and this is not a good time to speak.
That's okay, sweetheart. Everybody's got a story for a time.
Okay, so
You guys know.
So how does this ship actually function, Garrick?
So it's a normal boat, but it's got some modifications.
Okay. Well, like a small fishing boat.
Yeah, it's small. It's very. I mean, it looks strange because there's a lot of like metal pieces and things that kind of like seem taped together on it. But once the like blue vial is put in it, it seems to be able to move much more smoothly over the water than you would expect of any boat, almost like gliding on the top of the water instead of pushing through the water.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit more elevated. And as we get in, I disconnect the red vial from my gauntlet and put it in the boat as well. And just in case something might happen. But when that happens, the water around the boat starts to steam a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
yeah.
So I will say at the point, are you taking off at this point with everybody in the boat?
If everybody's ready.
Okay, so everyone is in the boat, and it takes off to a point that it actually surprises the others. They've never been on a boat that moves not only this smoothly, like it's going through without hitting a whole lot of even the small waves. It feels like it's carving right through, like you said. It feels like it's not touching the water almost, and you guys are moving at a speed that you're definitely not used to a boat moving this quickly. As you're moving along, though, you let's see. What's the sitting order, I would say, that you guys have in this little boat? How would you say that you're probably sitting in there? Is anyone sitting toward the front? I would say that the steering area would probably be more towards the back, so you're dealing with an almost like engine-like structure that you've created.
Right.
But you're focused, definitely very focused on that right now. How would everyone else be sitting in the boat?
I think I'd be in the back because I'd be admiring how the boat is moving through the water.
Okay.
So I don't want to do that from like back where near the steering is, because that's where you would feel most of that, like,
right.
I guess
right.
Garrick, after he notices, like no one's comfortable or sitting, he reaches over and pulls a few levers, and like not nice seats, but like little like stools pop up.
Okay.
Out of the baseboards.
They're like the seats that were in the back of like in the back of the extended cab, quote unquote, trucks. Exactly, in like the 90s. Like, kind of fold out. Doesn't even have a seat belt.
Yeah, when you're a little kid, you're just like, man,
it's sideways for some reason instead of facing forward.
Right.
So you guys see that? I would say, Sakari, can you give me assess a situation roll?
Yeah, that would be a creativity. Okay. Oh, well, there went one of them.
Do tell, Sakari. Do tell.
It's a 9.
It's a 9. Okay, so you can't quite tell what it is, but you see like a snake-like thing curving through the water, coming behind your boat right now. You do take note that Garrick isn't quite saying it because he's so focused on making sure that all of the equipment is working. So you notice something, but you can't quite tell what it is. But you do know that it's approaching you quite quickly. How do you react to seeing this?
Do I think I have enough time to tell anybody near me, hey, something's behind us, or am I concerned that it would?
You have enough time to say something for sure.
I'll kind of pat Garrick on his shoulder. You got something coming up on us awful fast. And I'll say that loud enough for the other two to hear as well.
Okay.
Look backward. Is it something that I've ever seen before or recognize?
Why don't you give me an assess the situation then?
Okay. I got an 8.
An 8? So you haven't seen one before, but you see this this horn that kind of like goes upwards a little bit, peeking out, and you're assuming from what you've heard of local rumors that this is what is called a rhinoceros eel, a long snake-like creature that is known for being attracted to things like ships and stuff and trying to ram them to basically go and take whatever it can from whatever surface is what is dwelling on the surface of the water.
How big is it?
I would say that you're looking at probably somewhere around 16 feet long from what you can tell.
Oh, how can I see how wide it is?
You're just seeing a shadow right now, but you are assuming that it is not quite as round as like the ship, but it is still not something that is so small that you should be taking it lightly.
I'm gonna relay that information to the group and say, anybody got a plan for this thing?
Go faster. I can't swim.
Okay, so do you...
Garrick reaches down and like grabs some levers and things like that, and it seems to be moving faster. But you notice the blue vial, like the whatever's in it, is shrinking at a much quicker rate.
So, with that, I will say that you guys have an opportunity to try and do something towards the eel that might sway what it's doing. Garrick, I want you to give me a rely on your skills and training roll to see how well you're maneuvering this ship at this point. And how if you guys have any moves that you would like to do while he is trying to maneuver this thing in response.
Raina is just trying not to get seasick.
Okay, so you're like not much of a sea person. You're pretty well latched onto this boat. Okay, so you're not having a good time right now.
No.
Yeah, firebender no likes the water.
Is there a rock?
Is there a rock? Where do you think you are?
I can't. I'm bound to the earth. I cannot do much.
Well, you could think outside of the box a little bit, bud. Like you could think of what would somebody do in one of those situations that might not rely on their bending. You've played enough other games to think outside of the box, and so Sakari, I would say that this is definitely something of your element that you might be able to pull off.
I've got an idea. If you are willing to hear me out on it, I can pull the water, and I'm actually going to at least describe this to.
Okay.
I'm going to describe this to Kiun. I'm going to say,
okay.
why don't I pull a little bit of that water that's holding it up so that you can take a crack at it?
That'll require me to get in the water.
Nope.
I can't swim.
It would not require you to get in the water because I would whoosh pull it up so that it would be close to within range for you to take that swing at it.
So you're trying to basically push the thing closer to the boat?
Nope. I am trying to pull the water up with it inside. Kind of, not quite like a bubble, but kind of like long. Since it's pretty long, I'm going to have the water like pulled up so that it like...
It's a pretty big feat for something this long. I wouldn't say that would be...
You think it's a little...
It's a bit much too big. Yeah, for the length that this thing is, I would say that you can manipulate water very well, but you're looking at more about like 5 feet worth of stream usually manipulation at a time, as opposed to something that's 16.
Okay. Huh.
And
well,
Garrick, did you get us a roll on your skills and training?
I got a 5.
a 5. So, unfortunately, he is having a very hard time trying to shake this rhinoceros eel. And so, although he is bobbing and weaving with the ship that is completely just making Raina have the worst experience humanly possible, it's still going on your heels pretty badly right now.
Shoot. We gotta get this thing going.
Time to WrestleMania, boys.
I'm not so great at the whole ice thing. So,
Whatever you do, can you do it quick, please?
Hey, did you ever see that? If we want to take the fast route and try to escape, did you ever see that? What episode was it? I know it was season 2, where Sokka was taking the rite of passage with the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can? Because it's a smaller boat. Do you think you can manipulate the water to give us like a weird angle that we move at, or make us just go outright faster? Make the waves go in our favor.
So, yeah, that would be a rely on your skills and training.
Also,
if I could do that.
Do you want to try and put, like, boosters to the back of it?
At this point, I went out of this boat, so yeah.
So Sakari, I would let you have a chance at relying on your skills and training to see if you can find a way to manipulate the boat to try and shake off the rhinoceros eel.
Okay. So, normally, relying on your skills and training would be a focus.
Yes.
However, I have a move called Trusty Talisman, which is my necklace.
Mm-hmm.
You have a specific tool, weapon, or item which you believe is crucial to your training and abilities. You can roll with harmony instead of focus when you use the item to rely on your skills and training. If I roll to miss, then the item is damaged in addition to any other consequences, and it would need to be repaired.
Okay, awesome.
Would you allow me to do that?
Totally.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. Please, dice, don't fail me.
What do we got?
It's the number of the day, kids.
Did we get a 9? Okay. So.
9.
Yeah, no.
I'm taking pictures at this point.
It's a 6 and a 1, and I get a +2 for my harmony, so that's a 9.
That's what happened to me.
Okay. So. Yeah. So you're definitely able to drum up a lot of water to where to where you're pushing yourself forward very, very, very quickly. Unfortunately, Garrick, you're not able to keep control of the boat while this is happening, and it is pushing you like quickly, like forward. You can see this like strange eel-like creature like going further and further behind you as you're riding this wave forward, and then when you get you end up like finally coming to a stop, and you guys are actually floating right next to the Fire Nation's prison ship. And but like I said, you no longer see the creature behind you. The problem being though is with pushing that the way that it was pushed, it is no longer that the engine thing that was attached to it is no longer functioning. So you guys are just floating right next to it.
I did have a question for you. So
yes.
We're right next to the ship.
Yes.
Is there anything that is within reach that I could grab onto with my vine stealthily to keep us near the ship while we figure out what we're going to do next?
Okay, let's see. Rely on your skills and training for that one, yes. So you're trying to attach a vine to it, essentially.
May I? It doesn't say that I have a thing like a limit on my trusty talisman. Can I do that still?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I think the limit is if you roll poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
well, the problem, I have a -1 to focus. This harmony's the only way. Okay, so I got an 8 this time.
You got an 8. All right. So you are able to attach a rope to it, and you are pulling along while you guys are having a little bit of a chance to discuss. I'll let you have like a brief moment to discuss what you're wanting to do.
Guys, hear me out. I smashed through the wall. I smashed through the wall of this boat right here, right now.
The metal steel wall.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
No.
I don't. We also don't. Depending on how big the boat is and the structure of it, you could end up sinking the whole boat, and that's a lot of people we'd have to
And I
rescue
feel
if that happened.
like that will take away your manly status when you fail.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't want nothing to happen to your masculinity.
Care a lot about that. I guess the real question is, do we want to just board the ship?
Sneakily. Preferably.
Only one of us is really in a position to be blending in properly. I'm not exactly popular with the Fire Nation at the moment, given my abilities.
Yeah, I could go first, but I feel like I would really prefer backup. But I could
Obviously, we
definitely
wouldn't let you go back alone.
Do you think we can? Because is there a ladder? I highly doubt there's a ladder. Is there a ladder we can climb?
Assess
We
the
don't need a
situation.
ladder, sweetheart. I've got rope.
That was gonna be my next question. If there's no ladder, we could use your vines.
Yeah.
If you assess the situation, I can tell you.
Yeah, let's look for any kind of like window opening, something that's not just going to lead us right onto the deck of the ship where probably people are.
Right.
I will assess the situation if I'm
Yeah.
able to.
I will do that as well.
Can we all do that?
I will let them two do it since they stepped up first.
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of we all searched the room kind of vibes.
Guys, you're never gonna believe this.
Oh God.
Is it our
I
favorite
rolled a
number of the
9.
day? Yes.
Well, that's good because I rolled a 3.
So Raina, you go to look up to see if there's anything that is there, but while you're looking up, you've lost sight of the water, and the swaying makes you sick, and you immediately have to take a second to praise the water, as we could say. All right.
It's okay.
All right, so what was the roll that you got, Kiun?
9. How could you forget? It's our favorite number.
It's 9. This
I'm
is
ashamed of you.
Yeah, I'm starting to see why a certain other group had 9 in their name. It apparently comes up a lot, even when you're using just D6s. So, you do see that there is a window up there. You're hearing some voices though from this window. One of them that you recognize as your friend Mao. Use code MAO15 to get 15% off at HouseOfGames.store.
Is that what I hear? Is that what I hear?
Yeah, you just hear up in the windows like, oh God, use code MAO15 at HouseOfGames.store. It also works in store. Oh.
I will look to my dearest companions, and I will point to that. I will point to the window, and I say, "We need to get up to that window. Stat, Mao is in there. I don't care what we do. Mao is in there. We got to get up there. We either go through the window or we make our way up there."
Okay. All right. So, I would say, Sakari, that's more of a your thing since you are Miss Vines. Rely on your skills and training for me.
Okay. And then,
House of Games actually gave us an LOL for that bit. Love you guys.
oh God.
We'll have to clip that one as a commercial for you later.
You're trying to break my necklace, aren't you?
Maybe.
Eight.
An 8. Okay. Yeah. It's pretty. You're able to get a vine up there. It's a little bit rickety. It's to a thing where you're gonna have to concentrate on it for someone else to go up to the window. Who would like to volunteer to be the person that's gonna go and look and see what's going on inside of that window?
All right.
Do I have to roll for something to not?
No, if you want to be the brave adventurer that finds your way up there, that's totally fine. I'm not going to make you roll anything for that.
I could be sneaky and like go up and like
Yeah.
Like hold it
Yeah.
like this.
Right. So that's what you want to do. So
Mhm.
you climb up this vine as sneaky as you possibly can, and you peek into the when you peek into the window, you see a battered a Mao just like tied up to a chair, like angry and yelling out like promotional codes, and you see the person that is standing there interrogating him looks familiar to you because as he starts to turn, you see the face of Poe, the man that was with you guys before, interrogating Mao, and that is where we're going to be ending this episode.
Oh my god!
Betrayal!
Yes, I had art ready all along.
You know, 15.
Wow, 15! Okay, so, yeah, that is where we are going to be ending this episode. Don't forget to go and support everybody that's also supporting us, like House of Games, houseofgames.store, my 15! But we also have Magpie Games that is helping us out with a lot of our assets and is also the creators of this amazing system. Don't forget that earlier this week, the pre-orders for the Uncle Iroh book came out, and if I'm not mistaken, if you go and get that pre-order early, you even get a Uncle Iroh rolling tray, which is always awesome for anyone that likes a lot of themed stuff like myself. We also have Eli that does all of our art, like this amazing Poe that just popped out of nowhere. If we have anything for Eli, can we share it down in the chat? I'm not sure if we have something for that linked already. Lexan Music is who we get our music from for all of the amazing tunes that you heard but are not currently hearing, because I guess the music decided to stop on its own. It wasn't my fault this time. Sorry, guys. At least you got more music this time than the last episode. But yeah, so make sure that you're going and checking all of that out. And let's go and have a little bit of a discussion with everyone before we end this episode. Hey, we're going to start with Cory first. Since you're our guest today, how are you feeling about this game? If anyone was curious, yes, he's going to be back for the next episode. That's why we didn't cut him off back at the village. He's going to be back. How are you feeling about this, Cory? How are you liking the game?
Yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I've never played the Avatar system or the rule set that it's based on before.
Yeah, powered by the apocalypse.
I really liked, kind of the creativity and the open-ended nature of it. That's cool. Dungeons and Dragons is sometimes very slow-paced and moves not as fast as you want it to be, and this kind of feels a lot different than that, and I like to mix it up. So I had a great time.
And you were a supporter of this system before it was even out, you were saying, correct?
Yeah, I kickstarted it. I want to say it was like 2020-ish. It was during COVID, probably. So I've had it for a while, but I've just never been able to play it.
Well, we are definitely happy to have you here on our stream. It's always good to see new faces. How long have you known Artificer Alley? How long have you been connected with the company?
I started working there in July, I want to say.
Right.
So I run a Thursday night D&D game at the Alley from 6:30 to 9:30. We have a good time. People come out. We're kind of trying to run a business where if you have trouble finding role-playing groups, we're providing a service, right? If you want to come out, maybe you're like me and you didn't have anyone to play Avatar with, and somebody wants to run a game at Artificer Alley, we'll do our best to find a group that fits for you and get a good DM in there to make you have a good time. But yeah, it's a good little gig. I hope it takes off and we get more groups and people that are interested in there. So if you're around the Greenville area and you want to play some real life role playing, check it out. Talk to Ben. He's in charge. I just take orders. But yeah, we have a good time. Thursday
Totally.
nights is when my group hits.
Totally, man. Totally. And for anyone that might not be in the Greenville area, we are starting to get online games offered here soon. We will definitely have an announcement here soon of how you can become part of that, because even if you aren't part of the amazing Appalachian mountain community, we still want to be able to reach out to you and give you guys amazing experiences with tabletop gaming, you know, even if you're even in a different country possibly. But we're going to have a lot of offerings with that very soon for many different games, even outside of just Dungeons and Dragons. Maybe you're enjoying seeing this Avatar system and you want to go and maybe work with somebody. Let us know. Like, reach out to us. Go and find us on Discord, Facebook, whatever, and tell us what you're looking for so that way we can help provide it for you. But yeah, I thank you so much for giving us a shout out on that, and thank you for coming in for this episode and next episode. It was great having you. Oh yeah,
I had a good time. I'll also give a plug for House of Games. I've been working with Isaac there that owns the store. Isaac and Misty do a great job, and we have started running Warhammer tournaments on Saturdays twice a month. Combat Patrol is more of an entry level thing. We actually have one going on this Saturday. So if you're interested, check out House of Games Facebook page or their Discord. And if you like Warhammer, or maybe you've never played Warhammer, but you just want to come experience what it's like, maybe get into it, come join us on Saturday. We'll start about 9:30. So yeah,
awesome.
they do a great job supporting, you know, like local gaming groups. We're really trying to get a community growing in the Greenville area.
Totally, definitely, because one of the things I've always hear in this area is how people like want to get involved with different, you know, nerd culture things, whether it be tabletop gaming, going to conventions, Renaissance festivals, but we're really wanting to like shed a light on making sure that people know that that is something that, yes, even in Tennessee, those things still happen. So definitely glad to get some more word out on that. So let's go over to Miss Hina. Hina, I have a very important question for you, and I'm going to put you on the spot and make you very uncomfortable with it, because it is Valentine's Day.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Who do you think is kind of the dreamboatiest character in Avatar that when you've been watching? Not one that you would want to date, because a lot of them are a little bit younger, but let's say that, you know, one of them that you're like, yeah, that's the kind of guy that maybe you could have seen when you were a teenager going for, or maybe an older character if you found one that you like.
So this is gonna sound really weird, but if Uncle Iroh, as he is, was a little bit younger, maybe
just a little bit,
about 20 years or so, it's so hard because like that's his character, like the character development that he had. But Uncle Iroh, he's he'd be it.
Yeah, I feel like we need the young Uncle Iroh story so everyone can swoon over young Iroh. Like, let's be real, that's what we really need in our lives. Like, get on it, you know, Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios. Give us hunky Iroh already. All right.
It's
what the people want.
It is what the people want.
People need young Iroh.
All right, now, Pancake. So, are you finished with, where are you at in the story now? I know that you and Hina have been going through Avatar. Where are you at in the story currently?
I haven't had a lot of time to watch it recently. I've had a lot of things, like, keeping me, and then whenever I do get home, I've just been, like, not in an Avatar mood. So I'm still very early Season 3.
Okay, but you are in Season 3.
I am in the Season 3.
Okay.
Specifically, I believe the last episode I remember was, I guess I don't want to say too much. How far are you into Avatar?
A few times over viewing it. Oh, you're talking about to Hina.
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you at currently?
You're okay with spoilers. It's okay.
Okay.
I guess to be as broad as possible, the one where they had the dance party in the cave.
Oh, okay. Okay, very nice. So
that was the one I just watched.
So you got a little ways to go. We also have the live action show coming up here soon. We'll definitely be having a review of that. So get ready for that. We'll definitely do a video. And Justice,
Yes.
Do you have a? What about you? Do you have a avatar? A hunk?
Okay, so mine would have to be like art. It's hard because like part of me would be like, okay, let's move over to Legend of Korra.
There's a lot of
yeah.
Korra ones because especially with the age group, like
Yeah,
everyone
so,
wants
like-
some Barrick. Let's be real.
Yeah.
They're the thing,
if we're going
Julie.
if we're going for Legend of Korra, I'm like 50-50 between Mako and Asami. So,
Asami is like that was me.
yeah.
Asami 1000%. You can even throw some June in there. I have a type.
So it'd be 50-50 between these two.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
Korra, but we would butt heads too much.
I feel ya. And let's not forget about young hunky Iroh. I think we all will agree.
yeah.
That's the real dreamboat of
And
the
Duncan
Avatar
Bosco
franchise.
voices them, so yep.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so thank you to everyone that stopped by today to see our second episode of Avatar Legends. We will have this episode up on YouTube tomorrow if you didn't get a chance to catch it all. So don't think that, oh no, I came halfway through. I don't know how all this happened. You'll be able to watch it tomorrow, so calm down. We've got you covered. But make sure that you are subscribed to everything. We do have a like a link thing with link space at Artificer
Now
Alley
15.
/official. And don't forget Mouth 15 over at House of Games store. Mouth 15. But thank you for watching, and we will be back next week. Same time, same place. I love all of you that are here watching and showing us support, and we will see you next week.